The mass murders near Lodi. The president says prepare for gas rationing. Sacramento's little burglar. And the energy wasters in your home. Tonight on Action News, Betty Vasquez, Steve Summers, and Joe Glover. Good evening.
Tonight on Action News, there's more on that Salmon X2 band, a Vietnamese Horatio Alger story in Loomis, Buzzy the cross-eyed tiger, and other friends at the Folsom Zoo. Steve Summers tells you what will happen to the Camellia Bull. Betty Vasquez checks on the weekend weather. And now, Dave Walker and the Action News team.
Good evening. Topping the news, the question everyone has been waiting for at the Lynette Squeaky Frome trial was finally asked today.
Tonight's Action News is being brought to you in part by Goodyear, where you can have an oil and lube for just $6.88. Now with the news, Dave Walker.
KOVR TV, Stockton, Sacramento. Now, Northern California's fastest growing news service from the Stockton Modesto News Center and our studios in Sacramento. This is Newswatch 13 at noon.
Continuing with our news now, more bad weather, the Midwest and Northeast.
Channel 13, KOVR TV, Stockton, Sacramento.
KOVR 13.
Now, Dan Gray, Martha Sharon, Tom Loftman with weather, and Tom Curran on sports. This is KOVR 13 News.
Good evening, everyone. With just 2 weeks to go before...
You're watching KOVR 13, Stockton, Sacramento, Modesto. And now, live, all the news for Northern California with Kim Casey and Jay Rickards. And weather with Julie Hopper. This is KOVR 13 News Midday.
Hello again. Leading the news today, the state, which is taking a bold and historic step to stop smoking in California.
You're watching KOVR 13, Stockton, Sacramento, Modesto. And now, live, all the news for Northern California with Dan Gray, Tom Loftman with weather, and Tom Curran on sports. This is KOVR 13 News at 5.
Good evening, everybody. Our top story tonight, if you watch television, listen to the radio, or read the newspaper, get...
And now, KOVR 13 News, coverage you count on, with Patrick Emery, Jennifer Whitney, meteorologist Tom Loftman, and sports with Andy Lascano. This is KOVR 13 News at 6.
Good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. Our 13 top story, Dorothea...
For all of Northern California, this is KOVR 13 News, Daybreak, with Pat Davis, weather with Dewey Hopper, and traffic reports from Michelle Quatrin. Now, KOVR 13 News, Daybreak. For all of Northern California, this is KOVR 13 News at noon with Pat Davis and Dewey Hopper with the weather. Now, KOVR 13 News at noon.
The barrier between kids and cigarettes is getting...
For all of Northern California, this is KOVR 13 News, today's news team, with Stan Atkinson and Jennifer Whitney. For all of Northern California, this is KOVR 13 News, with Stan Atkinson, Jennifer Whitney, weather with Dave Bender, and John Hank with sports. Now, KOVR 13 News at 6. For all of Northern California, this is KOVR 13 News, today's news team. Stan Atkinson, Jennifer Whitney, meteorologist Chris Wright, and John Hank with sports. Now, KOVR 13 News at 6. For all of Northern California, this is KOVR 13 News, today's news team. Stan Atkinson, Jennifer Whitney, meteorologist Chris Wright, and John Hank with sports. Now, KOVR 13 News.
From your 1998 Winter Olympic station, this is KOVR 13 News with Stan Atkinson, Jennifer Whitney, weather with Dave Bender, and John Hank with sports. Now, KOVR 13 News.
For all of Northern California, this is KOVR 13 News, today's news team.
2 people are dead tonight after a military spy plane crashes in Oroville.
Reports of more pet killings in Northern California. Tonight there is a reward to help find the torturer.
Should new moms stay in the hospital longer? A bill pushing for a 48-hour stay may be losing a battle.
Sooner or later, it's bound to happen. Tips for when you're on the road alone and your tire suddenly goes flat.
This is KOVR 13 News, the 10 o'clock news for Wednesday, August 7th, with Stan Atkinson and Jennifer Whitney.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. We're learning more tonight.
For all of Northern California, this is KOVR 13 News at 10, the Valley's #1 10 o'clock news.
Starts now.
For all of Northern California, this is KOVR 13 News at 11.
This time, we're going to have more votes than George W. Bush.
William Land Park. Good evening, everyone. The big story tonight, police need your help finding 3 people.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
But I am scared to death, and the Turlock Police Department is doing nothing.
Right now, after shots are fired, a man is dead inside a courtroom in Merced County.
It's the choke point for 175,000 Valley commuters, and now there's
Getting answers. You're watching the CBS 13 News this morning.
A bit of a chill in the air.
Getting answers. This is the CBS 13 News at 4.
Done deal. New ownership is taking over the Sacramento Kings.
Getting answers. This is the CBS 13 News at 5.
We did what people said.
Getting answers. This is the CBS 13 News at 6.
Now it's 6.
You're watching the CW31 News with Weather First, powered by CBS 13 News.
Good evening. I'm Christina Anderson. Thanks so much for joining us. Our top stories.
Getting answers with the area's most watched late news. This is the CBS 13 News at 10.
17 bodies removed from a Modesto funeral home before being buried. Investigators say those remains may have been mishandled. Good evening. I'm Shannon Bernius.
I'm Sam Shane. Getting answers from all across Northern California. This is the CBS 13 News This Morning.
And good morning, everyone. I'm Ron Jones.
I'm Audrey Sistio.
And I'm Laura Skirty. Happy Halloween and welcome to the CBS 13 News at 5 a.m.
Getting answers from all across Northern California. This is the CBS 13 News at 4.
Well, it's a big night for the Sacramento Kings at Sleep Train Arena, where fans are beginning to arrive for tonight's season opener.
Getting answers from all across Northern California. This is the CBS 13 News at 6.
Now at 6, teacher accused. School administrators keeping quiet. What the mother of one of the alleged 12 victims told us.
Getting answers from Sacramento's most watched late news. This is the CBS 13 News at 10.
Cameras helping police solve.
Getting answers from Sacramento's most watched late news. This is the CBS 13 News at 10.
In a first step toward healing, the Modesto community remembers a mother and local doctor known for having a servant's heart and infectious smile.
Getting answers from all across Northern California. This is the CBS 13 News at noon.
A Sacramento family is without a home this noon.
Getting answers from all across Northern California. This is the CBS 13 News at 5. Getting answers from all across Northern California. This is the CBS 13 News at 10.
An ISIS-inspired terror attack on a major Northern California tourist attraction foiled by the FBI.
Now at 11.
Two fast-moving wildfires close to home. The effort to tame the flames as people make a run for it.
It's terrible. The lawsuit that's forcing a historic pool hall to shut its doors for good.
And how the capital city plans to start testing self-driving cars.
The CBS 13 News at 11 starts now.
I'm Tony Lopez.
And I'm Adrienne Moore. Let's get to tonight's 7 at 11, everything you need to know in the first 7 minutes of the news.
Getting answers. This is CBS 13 Mornings. Always streaming on CBS News Sacramento.
Cleaning up after Hurricane Idalia. More details on the storm's aftermath and where it's headed.
Plus, major closure on Interstate 80 starting tonight. How it could impact your Labor Day weekend plans.
I've seen the Caltrans signs and high-tech firefighting from the sky. What UC Davis engineers are building that could help crews pinpoint fires before they even see the flames.
All right, let's take a live look outside. We are expecting a pretty warm day, and then we got a major change headed our way. Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, August 31st. I'm Dominic Garcia.
Yeah, I'm Dina Kupfer. It's going to almost feel like a shift in seasons. Just a little tease.
Getting answers. This is CBS 13 News. Always streaming on CBS News Sacramento.
Now at noon, Sacramento Mayor Darrell Steinberg announcing he will not seek re-election in 2024. Good afternoon. I'm Dominic Garcia. Thanks for joining us at noon.
Getting answers. This is CBS 13 News. Always streaming on CBS News Sacramento.
Here are the top stories at
CBS 13 News. Always streaming on CBS News Sacramento.
And thanks for joining us here tonight at 5 o'clock. I'm Brady Halbleib. Plenty of people heading to the local.
Getting answers. This is CBS 13 News. Always streaming on CBS News Sacramento.
Lots to get to tonight at 6. Mayor Darrell Steinberg makes his intentions known. Will he seek a third term as Sacramento's mayor?
And the search is on for at least one suspect after 2 incidents of indecent
answers. This is CBS 13 News. Always streaming on CBS News Sacramento.
It sure is, and welcome Friday Night Fear as side.
Time now, 7 at 11. Your top stories in the next 7 minutes of the newscast. Hi, everybody. I'm Marley Ginter.
And I'm Tony Lopez. Tonight's sideshow stress, a Rosemont neighborhood feeling terrorized, they say, by repeat.